My name is Stuart. I'm the education coordinator here. Tonight is really exciting. You're going to see the work of a project called Speak Out, which is a forum for theatre piece. Now, Speak Out has actually been running actually quite a few years, but we thought we'd do tonight. It's quite exciting because we've actually got a brand new team, brand new play, brand new actors, and we thought this would be a wonderful opportunity to show the work off. So tonight's about introducing some new people to Speak Out that's not seen it before, and some old friends who have seen it before to see the new version. So please relax and enjoy it. Just to say a little bit about how this has been developed, we actually had a writer called Colette Kane who's come all the way down from Liverpool, and she actually worked with students from Harris Academy Bermondsey for Girls with Martine, and actually developed the piece with young people. So everything that you see on stage tonight is come from young people's ideas, young people's thoughts. And what Colette did is collate that and actually wrote what I think is a fantastic play, which I hope you're going to enjoy tonight. So I'm not going to say too much more, actually. I'm actually just going to hand over to the team, and please relax, please enjoy, and actually please get involved as it is Speak Out. So if you have a big round of applause for
This is a play we've been touring into secondary schools around Southwark for the last 2 months. So before we start, I'd like to introduce you to Nye, who plays Abby, who is 17 years old in Father's Joy, and Aaron and Amy play all the other people in her life. So if you could just sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the performance.
Body language, physiological responses, and at times in public acts of aggression. This is Abigail when she was 4. Just then, in the classroom, she was 17, living in London with her mother. But now, sitting here with a stick, she's 4. This is her father. He's dead now, but back then, when Abigail was 4, making shapes with sticks in soil and sand, he was alive. He's young, but very wise. He never gets angry. He's calm and gentle. Spend a lot of time looking at Abigail like this.
Father's Joy, that's what her name is. And she was. Every day was as joyful as the day she was born. You're my joy.
Her father protects Abigail and her mother from the anger they're surrounded by. The confusing fighting between people who seem to have forgotten what they're fighting for, but fight on anyway. He tries to find ways to escape the fury of his country, which seems to creep closer and closer. But one day soon, before he manages to take his family to an untroubled town or city, Abigail's father will die. A single bullet will charge through his body and land in the corner of his gentle, laughter-loving heart. This means his heart won't have the strength to pump blood around his body anymore. And instead the blood will seep out the hole and cover whoever's trying to stop it. Until eventually fluid will set on his lungs and he won't be able to breathe properly. And finally, he'll die.
What? I got my date through. What for? A medical exam.
Oh yeah. Do you like my nails?
Yeah, they're well pretty.
They're doing like 2 sets for 20 quid. You could have got yours done.
Can't believe it's actually happening. I'm actually going to be a doctor.
You're actually going to have your head in books for another 10 years.
Yeah, but we're worth it. Oh, what?
You've been looking after yourself. Look at your eyes, they're like all puffy again.
Oh, yeah, I was up all night doing that student rep stuff.
You said you were going to pack that in. You said you were going to tell me this last week.
No, I will.
No wonder you was like that.
Cheers.
So you coming out again tonight then, yeah?
Can't. I'm going to study before my shift.
Well, can't you come after that?
Look, I'm sick of burger fat and chips.
So what are you saying? Are you saying that you want me to go to the party by myself? Is that what you're saying?
Sure, won't the others be there?
What, you want me to turn up to the party by myself?
I told my mum we'll be home tonight.
Some better mate you are.
Cheryl,
What?
I'll come tonight.
Don't be turning up late on me, yeah?
Hi, Mum. Yeah, I'll be home soon. Yeah, I'll go to Tesco's on the way. Mum, don't worry. Okay. Bye. Miss, about the student thing.
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about that.
Yeah, the thing is,
I've had
Miss.
an email from another school about our extracurricular activities.
Oh.
And it got me thinking, it'd be really
good if we could do a pack. You know, upload some photos about the school.
Miss,
make
I'm
it
so
look interesting.
trouble.
You see, the thing is, I told them that you'd email it over by the end of today.
Today?
So if you could get that done in your free period, that'd be absolutely great. Oh, I hear you got your day through.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. Anyway, I best be going.
Miss, I still need to find your reference.
Oh, I'll speak to you about that tomorrow.
Hi Abby, how are you?
Tired?
So we met last year at the end of year 11, yes?
Yeah.
And you spoke about doing A-levels.
Yeah,
And then going on to medical school.
that's right.
And I take it you've reconsidered.
Reconsidered.
Well, looking at your grades from last year, it would seem unlikely that you've made the entrance exam. I mean, don't get me wrong, I admire your ambition, but it's best to be realistic, especially in a current climate. So have you thought of any other options in case this doctor thing doesn't work out? Sorry?
No.
Well then, shall we?
Show me what?
Think of other options, Abby. Look, I can't help you if you don't want to help yourself. Why are you so hung up on this doctor thing? I mean, why a doctor with all that blood?
Can I join now, please?
Can I remind you that I am actually a member of staff here, and I really don't appreciate your tone. I'm here to help you, Abby.
Sorry.
Here's a list on various schemes and courses that you may want to think about. My email address is on the bottom, should you want to help yourself, that is.
I mean, the marks he had in his folder were from last year. My grades are totally on track for medical school. He didn't have the right bars, you know. Isn't that part of his job? To know about his students' grades and their potential?
Should we go out again tonight?
And their aspirations.
I was thinking about getting some false eyelashes put on. But Jenny Jones said that when she pulled the false ones off, that all her real ones came with them. Pure baldy eyes. No thanks.
He just wasn't listening to me, Cheryl. Cheryl.
What is up with you? Oh my gosh.
What?
Look, it's that guy from our bus stop, ain't it? Look. Eric?
No way, you're joking. I think he's looking at us. Oh my days, I think he's coming over. He is. He's walking here. He's nearly here. Look, he's here.
What's going on? You cool?
Yeah?
Well, you going there then?
Oh, just some old stuff. I need some new music.
You get my bus, innit?
Yeah?
You getting it today?
Yeah, in a bit.
Who's your friend?
That's Abby. I'm Cheryl.
I'm Eric. Hi, Abby. So, do you just want to walk to the bus stop with me?
What? Now?
Yeah.
You come in, or you've got to study. She's always studying, you see.
Actually, I was going to walk today.
Walking? What, big fat legs at the end of it? No thanks, you're alright.
Yeah, I fancy walking actually.
Oh, like it's alright every now and again though, ain't it?
Actually, I was just going to walk by myself.
See, she like even studies and walks at the same time.
Maybe another time then, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll see you again, yeah, Abs?
I'll be the end now.
You're my joy.
You listen to me, right? You stay away from me. Stay away. Look, I shouldn't be here. There's nothing wrong with me.
This isn't about something being wrong with you, Abigail. Abby, sorry, my name is Abby. Oh, I'm sorry. Abby, take a seat. Oh, hi, Jordan.
Sorry I'm late, John.
No worries, take a seat. So this is our first session together, so I'd like to welcome you both here. Jordan, you've been coming to us for 4 sessions now, so maybe you could start by telling us how you've been feeling.
I don't know really. I haven't lost my temper in a while. I suppose that's a good thing.
Abby, could you tell us why you think your teacher wanted you to come?
I don't know.
Jordan, why do you think your teacher wanted you to come?
To talk, get stuff.
Look, do I really have to listen to this?
What's the problem?
Him going on, who cares?
Why don't you just give this a chance? I felt like that too.
You don't know me, you don't know how I feel.
You're angry, I know that.
Look, anyone can do this, sit around and talk about how things make them feel. I know what I want to do in my life.
What?
I want to be a doctor.
A doctor?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Who'd want you as their doctor?
You shut your face.
I think you should calm down.
With your screwed up face and your cold
You
eyes.
shut your face.
Calm down.
You can shut Joe, I've got to go.
Jordan, please don't. Your behaviour has been unacceptable.
You ruined it now, I can't even go!
No, there's only one person that ruined this. By retaliation.
The external expression of anger can be found in facial expressions, body language, physiological responses, and at times in public acts of aggression.
If you feel you ever get angry. Okay, thank you. So that is pretty much everyone in the room. And do we feel that Abby was justified for getting as angry as she did in our performance?
Yes.
Yeah. Why do you feel that?
I just think that in her position, I would have just been as angry. I mean, maybe direct her anger differently into work, maybe studying harder to prove them wrong.
Okay.
So no one's listening at all.
Okay, so you felt no one was listening to Abby. Thank you very much. Yeah. Did you want to say something? Can I take this lady here? Sorry.
No, just believing in their dreams or putting her down, so that would made me feel angry, yeah.
Okay, so they weren't believing in her dreams and they were putting her down.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'd like you to do now, guys, is I'd like to give you the opportunity to meet Abby. And Abby, can you tell us a little bit about your past, please?
Well, I was born in Sudan. That's where my family comes from. When I was younger, my dad passed away. So me and my mum decided to move to England because we felt it would be safer here. I've been here ever since, basically.
Has anyone got any questions that they'd like to ask directly to Abby about anything they'd like to know more about her?
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I guess coming from a world of violence, and seeing my dad pass away, I just decided I wanted to save people's life, really. So I think that's what pushed me to become a doctor, the need to help other people.
How did it make you feel losing your father?
Okay. I think it's kind of hard to talk about. It hurts.
I think sometimes Abby will find it quite hard to answer some questions, but that's something that you're struggling to still talk about that. Okay. Thank you for the question. Has anyone else got any other questions about her life they'd like to ask?
Do you believe that your father would have wanted you to pursue this career as a doctor?
I think my father would have been happy with whatever I decided to do. He would support me. Yeah.
Is there any more questions for Abby?
What happened with your grades? Did your grades start to go down? Some of the teachers seem to be saying that your grades were slipping or something.
Yeah, I guess because I had a lot of work on, like I was part of the school council, obviously I had a medical exam coming up, normal other school like lessons and stuff like that, essays and coursework had to be handed in, so I had a lot going on. And I guess certain grades were failing because of that.
Do you think that Cheryl is a true friend?
Yeah, I mean when I first came here it was difficult making friends, and Cheryl was one of those people who was just in your face, and I guess we just became friends because of that, and stay friends because of that. And she makes me happy. Like, yeah, she makes me laugh, she makes me smile. But she's not being annoying.
What are you going to do now?
I'm going to be a doctor. That's the plan. I'll pursue it.
Okay, so good point. What are you going to do now? So what we're going to do now is we're going to work with Abby to help her to resolve the anger she's got inside her, because obviously this anger is building up all the time. We're going to work with her to resolve the anger so she is able to now make different decisions and basically try and make her life better than what it's going to be if it goes down this route. Are you up for helping us do that?
Yeah.
Brilliant. I'm going to, if we say thanks to Abby for now. People during the performance that you feel that Abby could actually get more support from than she actually does. Is there anyone in this play that you feel Abby could support Abby much more? Yeah. The teacher. Yeah, so who would we like to meet first? Would we like to meet the teacher or Cheryl? Teacher. Okay. So let's bring the teacher back on. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to run the first scene of the play, which is where Abby goes to see the teacher. The teacher isn't particularly supportive in that situation. What I want you to do is I want you to stop the actors, just put your hand up and shout stop, when you feel that Abby could say or do something differently in that moment. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to give the actor ideas of how they can get more support from their teacher. Is that clear? Okay, so you've got to stop it. If you don't stop it, it stays exactly the same. So we need people to stop it. Okay, actors, let's play.
Abby? Poor thing, are you tired?
Yeah, still.
Well, you shouldn't be staying up so late then, should you? Don't worry. I remember what it was like to be 17 once.
Miss, about the student thing.
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about that.
Yeah, the big
I've had an
one.
email from another school about our extracurricular activities. And it got me thinking.
Okay, who stopped it?
The back row.
Bill, what do you think that Abby could say or do at this moment?
I think she could say to the teacher, just hold on a second, I want to talk to you.
Hold on a second, I want to talk to you. Bill, could you come and play Abby?
So, Abby, I've had an email from another school about our extracurricular activities. And it got me thinking it would be really good if we could do a pack.
Okay. I just want to talk to you a little bit about these other activities, Miss. At the moment, I think I'm finding that I've got a lot more to do than I can cope with.
You
And I
see-
think it's affecting my work, so I think it's really important. I have to tell you this because I can't do my work and all these extracurricular activities at the same time.
Right, well, Abby, I mean, you are head of the school council.
I understand that,
Did
but
you
I
want-
understand that, but when I volunteered for the school council,
Right.
nobody said it would be all this work. I think there are other people who could help out
Okay, so
with
would you
that,
like
with
me
the
to
workload.
would you like me to take away some of your school council responsibilities? Is that what you're saying? to
All
me?
of it, please.
All of it.
Otherwise, I can't go to medical school, which is what I really want to do.
Okay, well, I have to bear that in mind, yeah.
I think it's better than mine, better than theirs than mine.
Over you giving me too much work to do.
Well, I thought you like being on the council. I mean, is there something else that's been bothering you that you want to talk about?
Like I said, you are.
Okay, let's hold it there. Are we starting to resolve this situation? What at this point
first time that she's actually going, oh right, so you're stressed out here, you know? So it's like, I think she's actually getting a sense of Abby's side of things.
So it's starting to move
I don't
forward.
think that's necessarily being resolved, but
How can it be resolved?
how can it be resolved?
Yeah, from this point onwards. Because it is really good what you've done.
I think it's in the process. I think the next stage is to say what would work for Abby.
Come up and play Abby.
So, Abby, I didn't know that you felt this way about the school council. I mean, what's the problem exactly? What seems to be bothering you?
Well, Miss, like, you've always known the reason I work so hard.
Yeah.
So I want to be a doctor.
Yeah.
And the reason that I took on this work, like with the school council, is to look good on my CV, to look good at the school, to look like the best person in the world, so that I can be the doctor.
Yeah.
And if I can't study hard enough to be a doctor because I'm doing all this work, then I don't get my dream, do I?
I see what you mean. So,
And like, I don't want to put you in a bad position,
no, don't worry about
you know. And I know you promised to this other school that you said that I'd do something, but you didn't ask me if I could do it. You know, so I want to be a doctor. I want to do whatever it takes to be a doctor.
Okay.
And to pass that test that you know that I got a date for the other day, what do you think I need to do?
Well,
What's the best thing I can do?
you need to study. Of course, you need to study. But would you like me to maybe take away some of your council duties? Would that help you?
To be honest, miss, I'd love it if you could clear my whole diary, so all I had to do was study for that exam. That's the only thing that matters in working. And you know
Well, it
that.
would mean me pulling a lot of strings, but I can see that you're very upset about it. So I'll see what I can do. I'll speak to your head of year and see if there's any way I can work around that. And I'm
Yeah,
sorry you've been
I
so
appreciate that.
stressed, Abby. You know.
It's tiring, you know, it's tiring. I really want to make this work. And
Yeah,
like,
no,
you
I
know,
can see that.
I need your support.
Yeah.
And if we can start by maybe taking that work away,
Yeah.
so that I can spend the 3 lessons I have got on what's really important.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll speak to your head of year definitely. And thanks for coming to me about this and speaking properly about it. Thank you.
That's right. Is that a letter that you need to write?
Yeah.
Can you write it to me?
Well, I'll see. So certainly an improvement on how you have been. So yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. No worries.
So I feel you've kind of resolved the situation with the teacher. Thank you, teacher. Now, obviously that's kind of one aspect of Abby's life. That's her in school. And we can sometimes get a bit of a hard time with teachers, can't we, guys? Would you agree?
Yes.
No. Some teachers, not all teachers, of course. But if Abby's now got more of an open relationship with her teacher, which is good, is that the end of her problems? No. So obviously, what else does she still need? Yeah.
Support from my friends.
She needs support from her friends. That's a really good idea. So is there anyone we meet during Father's Joy that actually talks to Abby, that actually seems more interested in finding out about her? Eric. I think potentially Eric is actually the only character in this play that really does ask Abby how she is. So should we meet Eric? If we play the bus stop scene, we're going to come back to show. So what we're going to do, guys, is what role do you feel that Eric will play in Abby's life? Could be a boyfriend, could be a husband, could be yeah, exactly. Could be. So he may be her boyfriend, he may be her husband, although it's a bit young, isn't it? Or he may be her friend. One way or the other, he could be someone who actually does support her somewhat, someone she's got to go and talk to. But what does she need to do to get close to Eric? Talk to him. Okay, so Abby gets to know Eric, and let's take this maybe a couple of months further into the future. Is this now someone that Abby's got an opportunity to talk to open up and talk to?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, would you like to be Abby, if say you've had a hard day, just got to know Eric 2 months down the line, and you feel like he's the first person you're really able to be totally honest with about what's going on? You come to go and see if it's brilliant, thank you.
what's going on, lads?
It's been a rough day.
What's been happening?
Stuff, work, teachers bothering me.
What the teachers been saying?
Like that. You have got lots of work to do. You're on the council and that.
Why don't you just tell them that you're busy and you've got your stuff to do?
I did. I don't want to join stupid dumb council, but
You just gotta be honest with them. If you don't find a teacher that you get along with, then just go to like your head of year or a teacher that you trust in it. And
I know it's like, but it's complicated.
tell me, what's complicated?
Because I'm training to be a medical student.
Yeah, I know.
And there's too much work to do, but I want peace though.
We all want peas, but you gotta work for it, innit?
I know,
but that's something, are you willing? Because like being a doctor, you have to study for like what, 6 years, and you have to be in a hospital. You ready to do that?
Yeah. If you can give me some support and help.
I'm always there for you, like, you know that.
Okay, that's good to know.
I suppose part of the trouble with Abby though is stuff that's happened a very long time ago. And during the performance, during the story, there is people that she's given the opportunity to go and talk to that might be able to help. For example, there's a counsellor or therapist who's in the school. Does that work out? Why doesn't that work in that scene? In that part of the story? She just gets angry. But do you think that potentially could be someone that actually could give her a bit of support to start to get under the real kind of bereavement and problem she's going through? Yeah. So what could Abby do when she's going into that situation to make it easier for her? Remember, she's going in there with a very angry mind. Yeah.
I think she's had a bit more support from other people before she goes into that and has spoken a little bit about it, just with people who care about her. She would then feel slightly more willing to be open with somebody she doesn't know.
Okay, so maybe she will go in feeling a bit more comfortable. Yeah.
I think she should maybe suggest that she's not ready for group therapy and maybe ask if she could possibly get an appointment for like one-on-one.
Brilliant. Yeah, and I think a lot of people that say that it's really tricky to just walk straight into a setting like that where there's another peer there alongside you. Colette, do you want to come play Abby? So it's literally the moment just before Jordan and then you comes in.
Sorry I'm late, Joe.
Oh no, I was just take a seat. What?
This is Jordan Abbey. He's here in the group therapy session as well today.
Group?
Yeah, it's group therapy, so we work on a basis where we talk through our troubles and issues together as a team. Are you okay with that, or is that anything you can do? Yeah.
Sorry, a second, George.
Just give me 1 second, yeah?
I can't do therapy or whatever. Can't with someone else.
Okay, I didn't know you felt that way.
I've only just got here, so
yeah. Okay, no, I totally understand that. That's fine. Would you prefer a one-on-one session?
Yeah.
Okay, so if maybe we reschedule for maybe a couple of days' time, is that all right? Because obviously this is a group session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I go then?
Yeah. You're free to go if you want to.
Okay.
I'll give you a call and an email about sorting out another time.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely fine. No worries. I totally understand. Okay, take care of me. Bye.
So she maybe arranges another time when she can meet with Abby. And can anyone come up and play Abby when she's got the first opportunity ever? Come on, guys, come on, to talk to this therapist. Come on, ladies, now. Oh,
our first session on a one-on-one basis together. I know there was a few things that you wanted to talk through, so maybe you could start by telling me how you've been feeling in the last few weeks.
It's just, there's so much on my mind, and I just want to be a doctor so much. It's just hard.
Okay, how's that been making you feel? Are you under pressure at all, or what's been happening school-wise?
My teacher's not really helping me, and I just feel like there's no one to turn to.
Okay, how's that making you feel?
A little bit lonely.
Okay. Have you got any friends or close family that you could speak to about your problems as well outside of our sessions? Maybe what about Eric? I know he was your friend. Okay, so what do you think you want to get out of the rest of the sessions? What do you feel you want to try and do in the future to move forward?
I want to be a doctor.
Okay. Do you think you need to handle your anger differently and find different approaches to looking at that? Is that something you'd like to do? Yeah? Okay, well, it was really good to meet you today. We've got a good basis going, so if we could carry on with the one-on-one sessions, I think that we could get a lot more from them and discuss a lot more things. Yeah, is that okay? Okay, great, good stuff. Thank you.
To make this a happy ending. Yes.
I'll say that she goes, she's happy, gets married with, well not married, they have a long-lasting relationship and she gets into it.
Okay, she has a relationship with Eric, it's really good, and she gets into medical school. Thank you very much. Yes.
With her therapist's help, she becomes a lot closer with her mum.
Yeah, brilliant. So with a therapist's help, she starts to be able to come a lot closer to her mum. That's a really, really good point, that.
She becomes a doctor and she doesn't get angry.
She becomes a doctor and she's like less angry. She stops getting angry as much. Yeah. She saves someone's life. That's a good idea. Really good idea. Brilliant idea. Okay, that's what's dramatic ending. Alright, let's leave it with the last scene, which is, let's go with the majority of what's been picked up on. Really lovely things about letting go of a dad, also getting closer to mum. But let's see the moment where Abby is told that she's passed her exams to be a doctor.
Take a seat. Been asked to come here to tell you some good news that you've actually passed your exam.
Really?
Yeah, no, well done. You've done really, really well.
Oh,
You got a really good mark and you should be really, really proud.
Thank you so much.
So I wish you all the best of luck for the future, really, and just keep pushing for what you want to do, because by your grades and stuff, it's all improved and it seems to be going in the right direction. So that's great. How are you feeling about it?
I'm really happy, and I just want to say thank you, Miss, for your help.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, I'm glad you've been helping. I'm glad that you changed your ways and you sort of realised which way to go, and that's obviously helped too.
Yeah.
So all the best of luck.
Thank